Welcome one and all to the Peach Ice Gardens for an interleague matchup between the Peach Monarchs and the Bowser Monsters. Can the Monarchs remain undefeated, or will the Monsters bounce back from their close loss against the Wilds and power their way back into the win column? I'm Eldstar here alongside Cranky Kong for this matchup tonight. Cranky Kong, tell us what we can expect from this one.
Well, Bowser and his team took a tough loss against the Wilds. That was also an ego hit to Bowser himself. They'll be looking to do what they do best and come out swinging for the fences. The Monarchs will look to keep those bats from heating up, and honestly, they have the pitching staff to do so. Here we see how the two teams rank among all 6 teams in the league. The Monsters lead the league in all hitting categories, while the Monarchs lead the league in all pitching categories. It's going to be about seeing whose best is better.
They pretty much run even on defense, with the Monsters being a more flashy web gem type of defense, but the Monarchs being a more fundamentally sound defense.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup for sure.
Since we're at the point now where all teams have played 2 games, let's look at the individual stat leaders, starting with the hitting category. We see Bowser holding second place in homers and RBIs, just trailing behind Donkey Kong. He doesn't crack the top 10 in batting average, but he's got dry bones and dark bones for that. You won't see a lot of Monarchs here, but Blue and Red Toad do hold up in the batting average department, with Petey Piranha cracking into the home run and RBI categories as pretty much their sole power bat. Now for the pitching and fielding leaders. Note that both Daisy and Peach have a 0 ERA, meaning neither has allowed a single run this season so far. If either of them are on the mound, it's tough to score runs. Peach will be starting on the mound for the Monarchs, so it will be interesting to see if the Monsters can break through her pitches. As for fielding, watch out for the reigning Diamond Defender Award winner Firebro at second base. He'll make you pay for hitting it his way. Now to see what's at stake for how this game can affect the league standings. A win for the Monarchs will allow them to remain undefeated and pull away a bit more from the Fireballs, who are currently trailing by 1 game. As for the Monsters, they will look to close the gap on the Wilds after losing to them in their previous game. A loss tonight will make that climb harder. This feels like a must-win for the Monsters.
Yeah, we've seen Bowser angry, and a motivated and angry Bowser can either be really scary or really funny. He can either be unstoppable, or the overzealousness gets to him, and he stumbles comically over his own tail. Sometimes it's a beautiful mixture of both.
Well, let's get down to the field and watch how it plays out. Bowser Jr. will lead off for the Monsters, as usual. Batting .500 this season.
He's got sneaky power, too, for a leadoff hitter.
1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and lined down the right field line and drops down off the toe of Toadette.
That was weird. It didn't look like it touched her at all, but she flinched, and it bounced back towards her, so it must have.
Dry bones up now, and he lines this one to center field, and it's caught for the first out by Toadsworth.
I used to not understand why Toadsworth was playing center field, because he's not the fastest these days. I've understood lately it's more about his ability to be the team captain in the outfield, and identifying the best positioning for the outfielders for every batter that comes up.
Dark Bones lines out to left field for the second out, and yes, you're exactly right. We see him out there every game calling out positioning adjustments to the other outfielders. Bowser bashes this one high and deep to left center, but he may have just gotten under it a bit too much. Toads are on the move, but it drops right in front of the wall for a hit. This will score Bowser Jr. to put a run on the board for the Monsters as Bowser gets in with a triple.
It's kind of funny, because we were just talking up Toadsworth, and is calling for positioning adjustments for each batter, but he was playing everyone way too shallow for Bowser. When Bowser's up, you might as well just position everyone at the warning track, because he's never not swinging for the home run.
Yeah, that ball hung up for a very long time. Playing deep would have turned that into an easy fly out to end the inning, but now they have the lead and a runner on third. Hammerbro lines it hard to right field, and it knocks out the power here. We've got spotlights on the ball and fielders. Power has been restored, and we see that Bowser has scored from third as Hammerbro gets himself an RBI double.
Sheesh, he obliterated that light. Good on the electrical team here to get everything restored quickly. It didn't really affect the play much, because that one was rocketing to the wall anyway. Toadette had no chance regardless.
Fire Bro steps in now with a phenomenal 714 batting average on the season. Hard liner and caught by the leaping blue toad. That's out number 3.
That jump could not have been more perfectly timed. That absolutely saved them a run there.
2 runs came across for the Monsters, though, in that inning. So the Monarchs will look to answer back here in the bottom of the first as Toadette looks to get things started for them. Unfortunately, she is still hitless on the season so far. She hits this one high into the air into right field. Bowser Jr. camps underneath it and hauls it in for the first out.
A lot of typically reliable leadoff hitters seem to be struggling this year for some reason.
Princess Peach will step up to the plate now. Hard grounder that gets past Fire Bro into the outfield. Quick throw to first, and they get her out at first from the outfield.
I'm not entirely even sure what happened there. Did it bounce off the Freezy, or did Bowser Jr. just flick it to Fire Bro so he can get the quick throw off? Either way, wow, seemed like Peach was jogging into first as well because she likely did not expect that throw.
Daisy will look to keep the inning going here for the Monarchs. Liner into left field that will drop in for a base hit.
That's big because we've seen Magakupa get confidence early in the game and then kind of shut the opposing team down. You gotta get to him early and rattle him to have the best chance against him on the mound.
The powerful Petey Piranha will take swings now. Hits this one high and deep to left, but this will make its way into foul territory. Mind you, Petey had the game-winning grand slam in their last game against the Muscles. This one gets down for a hit and a poor route by Dry Bones as it gets past him. Finally gets it and throws it in, but not before Daisy gets to third, and Petey ends up at second for a double.
Yeah, as much as I like to rag on these players, the footing on that ice is a little difficult to run full speed. It's hard to account for that when en route to cut the ball off, so I get it.
I do believe you've gotten a lot less cranky over the years. I see a change in you.
No, you don't. I'll always be cranky. It's my brand.
Blue Toad lines the ball into center field and it'll drop in for a hit. That will score Daisy from third to make this a 2-1 ball game.
Blue Toad has been tearing it up at the plate this season. He was batting .750 before that. That'll be his first RBI, but he's been one you can count on at the plate to get a hit.
Red Toad, as well as he also has a .750 batting average. Hardliner hit and a leap and a catch by Dark Bones to retire the side for the Monarchs, bumping us into the second inning. Our field reporter Pauline has a report for us after chatting with Princess Peach a moment ago while her team was up to bat. Pauline, give us the tea.
Thanks, Eldstar. I had a chance to speak with Princess Peach while the Monarchs were batting, and her message was all about staying composed against one of the league's most dangerous offenses in the Bowser Monsters. Peach acknowledged that facing a lineup this explosive means every little mistake can snowball quickly, especially after the Monsters jumped out to an early 2-0 lead behind some aggressive hitting against her on the mound. She told me the Monarchs' focus tonight is on sticking to the fundamentals, playing clean defense, and avoiding letting the pace of the game speed them up mentally. She also brought up the unusual play earlier, where she hit a ground ball that rolled into the outfield but was still thrown out at first by an incredible throw from Fire Bro. Peach admitted she initially thought the ball would get through safely, and may not have exploded out of the batter's box quite as hard as she normally would have. Still, she didn't seem rattled by it at all. Against a team like this, you can't dwell on one play, she told me. You stay calm, stay focused, and keep playing your game. So even trailing by a run here at Peach Ice Gardens, the Monarchs seem determined to keep this game under control and avoid letting the Monsters turn it into another offensive avalanche. Back to you guys in the booth. Keep Cranky Kong in check for me, Eldstar. I know he's a doozy.
Thanks, Pauline. I'll do my best. He's a tough nut to crack, though. 1 out, 2 runners on, and Bowser Jr. hits a deep fly ball to left center. Plenty of time for the fielders to get to it, and it's caught for the second out.
Pauline should know I'm easy to work with. All you have to do is not get on my nerves, and everything will be fine. For some reason, people don't get that memo.
Trust me, we all get that memo at every staff meeting, multiple times. Dry Bones lines it out to Toadette in right field to retire the side. Well done by Peach on the mound to keep the Fireballs scoreless for that half inning.
Yeah, that's always a moral victory, keeping the Monsters scoreless in any half inning. It's very difficult to do.
Baby Daisy hits a soft grounder that finds its way through the middle for a base hit to lead off the inning for the Monarchs.
I think the middle infielders were caught off guard because they thought Magakupa would at least try to field that one himself, but he watched it roll right by him.
I know some pitchers just don't believe in having to ever field the ball. Perhaps Magikoopa is one of those pitchers. Toadsworth smashes this one on a rope down the right field line. Bowser Jr. can't get to it, and it'll get down for extra bases. Baby Daisy holds up at third base as Toadsworth gets in easily for a double for his first hit of the season.
Yeah, Toadsworth isn't on the team for his physical skills, but that was a big league hit there.
Baby Peach takes her turn at the plate. Liner caught for the out, and Toadsworth gets doubled up off of second base.
Every time we give Toadsworth his credit, he fumbles something immediately afterwards.
Toadette will aim for her first hit of the season here with 2 outs. Hits it into shallow right center, and it'll get down for a hit, and that will score the tying run.
Well, that's a pretty good time to get her first hit of the season, tying the game up against a team like the Monsters. Of course, she'll tell you she would have rather got her first hit of the season during her first at-bat, but she can breathe now that she got into the hit column.
Pitching change here as Bowser Jr. will now take over on the mound, and he's had a bit of a rough time pitching so far this season. A 30 ERA and an 8 whip.
Yeah, those are numbers that will get most people banned from ever pitching again.
Peach stands in for the Monarchs with a 1-1 count. Liner caught by Firebro for the third out, sending us into the third inning.
I wasn't sure going into this one, but the Monarchs are hanging with the Monsters. I think they're showing everyone their undefeated record is legit and not a fluke.
Darkbones will stand in looking to get things started, and he does with a base hit on the first pitch of the third inning.
Dark and Dry Bones are like the Toads on the Monarchs. Solid hitters that don't get enough credit.
Bowser stomps up to the plate and crushes the ball again to left center, and it will get down and roll to the outfield wall. Darkbones gets into third base and rounds it and is heading home. A weak throw-in allows him to score easily as the Monsters retake the lead. 3-2 is your score.
Again, just play the outfield deep when Bowser is up. Anything you can do to keep the ball in front of you. This is the largest field in the league, and thus the hardest to hit a home run in. For a power hitter like Bowser, the strategy should be just don't allow the ball to sail over you.
Peach sending the hardball pitch. Hammer Bro hammers it to deep left field towards the wall. Toad will have time to get underneath this one and makes the catch for the first out.
See, the outfielders were playing deep on that one, and it paid off for them.
Firebro will step in and look to drive in Bowser to increase the lead. Swing, and he may just do that as this one zips past the outfielders and is headed to the wall in left center. Bowser scores easily, making this a 4-2 game in favor of the Monsters. Firebro gets himself an RBI double.
He just found the gap there and hit it hard enough to get past everyone and to the wall. It's a long way to that wall as well, so it really doesn't take much to score even the slowest runners when you hit it out to the wall.
Meanwhile, Daisy will come in and pitch in place of Peach, who will take over the shortstop position. Flower ball pitch out of the gate. Boomerang Bro pops it up to the infield. Peach will make the catch for the second out.
Daisy wasted no time sending her specialty pitch. She can be lights out on the mound.
She'll face Red Magikoopa, who is 0 for 1 in this game so far. Liner right back up the middle for a base hit. The runner will hold at third base, though, here with 2 outs. Magikoopa will be tasked with driving the runner in now. He singled in his last at-bat. Another flower ball pitch from Daisy, and another infield pop-up as a result. Peach calls it and makes the catch to retire the side. But not before 2 runs come across the plate to put the Monsters back in the lead here in the third inning.
It's just so tough to keep this Monsters team down. It was almost a miracle they kept them from scoring anything back in the second inning.
The Monarchs will look to answer back with Daisy leading off. She's 1 for 1 thus far. Liner to right center, and it gets down for a leadoff hit for the Monarchs here in the third.
I may have said it already, but Daisy is so underrated. She seems to always come through when needed.
Graffiti ball on its way to Petey Piranha at the plate. Petey lets it go across the plate for strike 1. Probably a wise decision. Lines this one to center field. Dry Bones can't cut it off, and it will get by and roll out to the wall. This is trouble for the Monsters. Daisy scores to make it a 4-3 ball game as Petey Piranha strolls in with an RBI double.
Home field advantage is playing its part without ice. Both teams struggle with it, of course, but the Monarchs are at least accustomed to it, so it affects them a little less. It really burned Dry Bones out there that time in a crucial moment.
And now they have the 800 batting average Blue Toad at the plate with no outs and a runner in scoring position. 0-1 pitch on its way. Swung on, and it's a fly ball to left center, floating up there as the fielders position under it. Caught by Hammer Bro for the first out. Petey Piranha holds at second.
Might not seem like it, but that's a big out. Blue Toad is hard to keep off base.
Red Toad is no slouch either, as he'll take some swings of his own. Lined up the middle, and it'll get down for a hit. Fielded cleanly, so Petey will have to hold at third. Still one out. Baby Daisy will twirl up to the plate. She singled in her previous at-bat. First pitch on the way. Liner to right center, and that will get down. It gets past Magic Koopa and will roll towards the wall. Petey has scored to tie it up. Red Toad will also score to put the Monarchs in the lead as Baby Daisy strolls in with a 2 RBI triple.
Wow, again that ice really messes with these fielders and their roots to the ball. It can really throw you off if you're not used to it, and it's been really burning the monsters.
Yeah, it causes some issues with the Monarchs too, like you said earlier, but being used to it goes a long way towards limiting the problems you have with it. Liner is caught, and they double up Baby Daisy, who got too far off of third, and that will end the inning and limit the damage. But not before the Monarchs score 3 runs to take the lead. We're now at 5-4 Monarchs as we head into the 4th inning. Bowser Jr. will look to make his father proud and get something started here. And he does not, as Peach got a great jump on that line drive and catches it for the out. We'll see Dry Bones up now, and he's 0 for 2 this game, but batting .700 on the season so far. Flower ball pitch incoming and taken for strike 1. Second pitch on the way. Lined up the middle for a hit to get a runner on base with 1 out.
Daisy will need to be careful on the mound. The lineup just gets tougher from here, and Bowser is on deck.
Dark Bones up now, though. Swings and lines it to right for a hit to put 2 runners on for Bowser.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be with the MVP runner-up at the plate.
Bowser is 2 for 2 this game with a triple, double, and 2 RBIs. Swung on and crushed to deep left field. I'm not sure he got all of it, though. Red Toad on the move, and he's positioned underneath it. Caught for a huge out as Dry and Dark Bones will have to scamper back to their bases. 2 outs now.
Wow, any other park, and that would have been an easy home run. Saved by the home field again.
The danger isn't over yet, though, as Hammer Bro is up to bat. Another well-hit ball crushed to left center. Red Toad got frozen, so it's up to Toadsworth, and he gets there and makes the catch. Those wheels on Toadsworth haven't fallen off just yet.
Yeah, I thought he had no shot, and this was going to be trouble for the Monarchs. But Toadsworth just kept chugging along like it was nothing. Old guy still got it to some extent.
Baby Peach will look to contribute to adding on to the Monarchs' lead. Line drive and a tremendous catch by Red Magic Koopa, who leapt 5 feet into the air to make that catch.
Not so impressive considering he can literally float, but the reaction time deserves a few claps, I suppose.
Toadette looks to continue getting herself on track, and she does here with a base hit. That puts a runner on first here with 1 out.
Well, that's just straight hits for her after going hitless for the first 2 games of their season.
Pickoff attempt, but Toadette gets back in safely. Princess Peach is up currently 0 for 2 this game. Lined up the middle, and she'll get herself into the hit column on the box score for this one. It remains 1 out with a runner at second and a runner at first as we see Daisy step up to the plate. She's 2 for 2 this game and batting .500 on the season. Liner out of the reach of the leaping Fire Bro into the right center gap. This one's headed to the outfield wall as Toadette scores. Peach on her way home as well, and she will also score. It is now a 7-4 ball game.
I have to say it, but Daisy is just so good. I think she'll get some MVP votes. She won't win because she's not as flashy with the home runs like my grandson Donkey Kong or Bowser. But she continues to get the big clutch hits and is truly the heartbeat of this Monarchs team. Peach is the brain, but Daisy is the heart.
And Bowser has had enough and will pull his son off the mound and take over himself to pitch to Petey Piranha, who is the muscle of the Monarchs team. Hits a hard liner down the line in right, but it will drift foul for strike 2. 2-strike pitch on the way. Hit into left field, but he got too far underneath it, and it's caught by Hammerbro for the second out.
He almost overran it out there on the ice.
Blue Toad's turn at the plate. Swung on and hit in the air to right field. Magic Koopa will get to it and make the catch for the third out. One last shot here for the Monsters. They're down by 3 runs as we head into the 5th and final inning.
3 runs may be tough for most teams to come back from, but not for this Monsters team. It'll be important for Daisy to not let her guard down.
Firebro at the plate. Grounder fielded at first base. The throw to Daisy covering first for out number 1.
The ball was hit so hard, it pushed Blue Toad back about 10 feet.
1 out now as Boomerang Bro looks to get something going here. Took the first pitch for a strike. Crushes the next pitch deep to right field, hugging the line. It's gonna be close, and it just tucks itself into foul territory for strike 2. That was a close one. Daisy sending her flower ball pitch. And she pops him up into the infield. Baby Daisy is going to call for this one and make the catch for the second out. Red Magic Koopa will need to work to keep the game alive for the Monsters here. He's 1 for 2 this game, batting .500 on the season. 0-1 pitch on the way, lines it into center field for a base hit. So Red Magic Koopa is off the hook as he keeps their hopes alive. The pressure shifts to Magic Koopa now.
Arguably Bowser's right-hand man.
Line drive hit, and it's right into the glove of Princess Peach to put the mushroom cap on this one. The Peach Monarchs take this one with a score of 4-7. A big-time showing for the underdogs tonight as they outplayed the Monsters in every facet of the game.
Color me surprised, honestly. I fully expected the Monsters to come out with a chip on their shoulder after their last loss. That's now back-to-back losses for the Monsters. I would not want to be around Bowser right now.
Daisy is tonight's MVP of the game. They could not keep her off the bases today as she had 2 singles, a triple, and those 2 big RBIs in the 4th that gave the Monarchs some cushion going into the final inning.
Not to mention she absolutely stifled the bats of the Monsters while pitching, which is no easy feat. Look at the box score here. Not to take anything away from Peach, because against the Monsters, she pitched a pretty solid game, all things considered. But Daisy coming in and shutting them out on the mound and only allowing for hits. That's as lights out on the mound as it gets against the Monsters.
Fantastic performance from her both on the mound and at the plate.
I'll say it right now. She's getting my MVP vote. I know Donkey Kong is a favorite again, but I think he's overrated. Plus, it will do my grandson some good to face some adversity for once in his life. Kid's gotten it way too easy all his life.
Here are the updated league standings after tonight's game. The Monarchs remain undefeated and sit pretty comfortably at the top of the Mushroom League standings. The Monsters, on the other hand, find themselves losing ground on the Wilds in the Shell League after 2 straight losses. If the season ended today, it would be the Monarchs and Wilds facing off in the Mario Sluggers League Championship Series, which will be a best-of-3 series. Nobody has clinched the top of their league yet, so there's still time to recover. Here is our upcoming schedule. Next game, we'll see the Wario Muscles host the Mario Fireballs, followed by the Yoshi Eggs looking for their first win against the DK Wilds in Game 9. After that, we'll get to see the best of the best in the All-Star game before getting into the home stretch. Cranky Kong, what should we watch for these next few games?
Well, both of the next 2 games will see teams looking for their first win. The Muscles are winless and will face the Fireballs. They have a better chance in that one than the Yoshi Eggs do against the Wilds in Game 9. I hate to say it, but my grandson's team is a juggernaut, and the Eggs will likely struggle, but we shall see.
We shall indeed. That's it for us tonight. I'm Eldstar signing us off for Game 7. Good night and joy be with you all.